All right, Adam Hoge's at Halas Hall as we bring in Hoge to his own show with a sweet background on a Thursday. Hoger, good to see you, brother.
What's up, guys? How's my connection here? It seems a little shaky. Am I good?
You look great. You sound great.
Okay.
Your connection's great. Our connection's great with you.
Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah,
Just
unless you can't hear us.
Yeah. All right. Can you hear us?
No, it's just kind of skipping. I don't know. We're gonna have to talk to the Chicago Sun-Times because we sort of have. Yeah, it is. First,
Come on, Jason.
how many weeks is it? 7 straight weeks I've gotten out of that studio on time for him. Now I need to go in there, and they're in there recording a podcast. Come on.
Right.
What's going on?
Do me and Finley got to talk again? Is that what's going on here?
I would advise against that. I'll just talk to him for you.
Okay.
No,
He
it's all
doesn't like
no.
you.
Honestly, it's fine. I'm out here. I got more room. I'm not.
It's okay. It's all right. All right, Hoge. Hightower, Getsy, Borgonzi. Any highlights from today?
Well, I got my question that I've been talking about all week that I couldn't wait to ask Getsy that no one else cares about, but I was really excited about it. How they ran more toss, right? They were tossing the ball out to the running backs instead of handing them off. And basically, the reality is the Raiders are one of those teams that it's actually harder to get to the edge on, right? So you think, okay, well, we'll just hit them up the middle. And that was working too, but you also still want to threaten the edges. And that's really what the Bears like to do, right? Outside zone. So really, it's almost like cheating, right? You can just get the ball out there a little bit faster by tossing it out there instead of handing it off closer to the middle of the field and then having to run out there themselves. So actually appreciated the answer from Getsy. I thought it was pretty detailed and question asked, question answered. I liked it.
I assume he was asked about opening up the offense, whether it's going to look the same, all of that. What did he have to say about the letting Bagent do more part of the offensive equation?
Yeah, I mean, and that was asked more in the context of the Chargers defense not being very good against the pass. And, of course, he tried to downplay that. Last week they went against the Chiefs. The Chiefs do that against everybody, by the way, including the Bears. And, hey, they still have a bunch of good names on that. Their pass rush is very good. They have Khalil Mack, all that. All coaches do that every single week. They're never going to get up there and be like, yeah, the defense we play this week sucks. So that was basically, he didn't say anything groundbreaking on that. That's too schematic. You don't want to give anything away. Personally, I would try to continue to win the way they won last week and only, try to go downfield if those opportunities present themselves. And now one thing I would expect the Chargers to do is try to take some of those those quick passes to the outside away, play a little bit closer up, play a little bit more press. And then the Bears will have to adjust. Tyson Bagent will have to adjust. And I think he's capable of doing that. And I don't think that'd be too hard of an adjustment. Anytime you can run the football the way the Bears have been, like taking away that won't take away the run. And so to me, the best counter to if the Chargers come up and try to stop those horizontal quick throws to the outside, just keep running the ball. And because that's still going to bring guys out of the box. And so I think that's what that's how I would handle it if I was the Bears. And I think they have answers.
I mean, so turning over to the defensive side of things, they've turned the corner here the last few weeks. But this is obviously a new challenge for them. We talked a little bit about this on Hoge and John's the other morning when you were gracious enough to bring these two goofballs on. But this is a new challenge with a quarterback the level of Justin Herbert. What kind of confidence do you have that these guys can take that next step against a quarterback that's more proven than who they've beat thus far in the Matt Eberflus era?
By the way, that was the highest rated reviewed show in the history of Hoge and John's. I just want you guys to know that.
I have no doubt.
I like the person who wrote at me, said, we get enough karma on CHGO. Don't ever put him on this podcast. that was my guy. I said, thanks, Dad.
Totally forget the question. By the way,
just
look
about
at
the
me.
defense.
Hey,
The defense.
look at me, guys.
We can't.
You're not
Well, the thing is, they're looking at you in the monitor, and that's
We're looking
the
at
problem.
you.
know.
This is
I know.
so
I'm just
hard.
messing with you. I'm messing with you. I
The
love it.
defense, Hoge. Can they beat a quarterback that's proven?
That's a good question because the quarterbacks they've beaten, even going back to last year, as you pointed out, not very good. In fact, this would be the best quarterback that they've defeated under Matt Eberflus for sure. But Herbert's struggling. Here's the problem, and ultimately why I'm probably still going to pick the Chargers in this game. Spoiler alert. Dude, that's creepy because I did not see him coming. Didn't hear him, didn't see him. If you're listening to the podcast, Nicholas Moriano just snuck up behind me. He's actually
Too much good hair in one camera shot.
Nick should know
Right?
that people in the chat are throwing out that Hoge's hair is actually getting better than Nick's hair, or at least
Ooh.
competing. To me, it looks like you haven't washed it in a while and you got a little extra grease in there today.
It's called wax.
No, that's false. I took a shower this morning. It's just a little bit longer. I've been getting it cut every 3 weeks during the season. I think tomorrow is 3 weeks, so we might have to get in there. Anyway, football game Sunday. I'm a little worried about this pass rush against a good quarterback. Like, because I like how the Bears defense has been playing against the run. There's no question they're getting better. But if their pass rush cannot get home against a quarterback like Justin Herbert, what does it look like? And I think that's ultimately why I'm probably still going to lean Chargers in this football game.
You leaning Chargers with the points or without the points? 8.5, Hoger.
No, Bears to cover all day. This is not that the Bears necessarily deserve any respect in Las Vegas, but what the heck? I don't understand this line at all. I think it'll be a close game. I think the way the Bears defense has been playing will keep it close. 8.5 points is just kind of disrespectful to the. I think it honestly overlooks some of the improvement that they've made defensively over these last few weeks. So I think that spread's crazy.
Look, the bottom line is, we all know this. I'll look right into the camera for this one. They haven't figured out who Bagent is yet in Vegas, apparently. So one of these days they will. But right now you're getting a baked-in advantage because they think that 17 is, I don't know, Brian Hoyer or Matt Barkley or Moses Moreno. And I don't know. Hoge, why don't you go on record right now? It's not, you're out of Halas Hall. It's not really what we're talking about today. But do you think he plays well this week?
I think he plays serviceable. I don't think this is going to be a bad game. I think he's going to face some different challenges that Brandon Staley will have up his sleeve. And so let me ask your question a little bit differently. Do I think he plays a turnover-free game? No. I think there's going to be a turnover in this game, but I don't think it's necessarily going to be like, 3 interceptions or anything like that. And I'm a little worried about this right tackle situation right now, to be honest with you. And Larry Bourne possibly having to move over to that side, and is Braxton Jones even coming back this week? We don't know this stuff right now as we talk here on Thursday afternoon, and that's got me a little nervous too.
Okay, so that was actually a topic that I was going to do at the back end of the show, but since you brought it up, I want to ask you both. Look, Darnell Wright is a rookie right tackle who you are hoping is going to be a cornerstone for the franchise for years to come. He is injured right now. He's playing with one arm. He did not practice yesterday. There's no way he's going to be 100% on Sunday. Now, he might just show that he's got the capabilities and the toughness, that he's a great teammate. He's going to go back out there. Do either of you think that the Bears should protect the player from himself and let him get healthy before you put him back out there, considering the fact that this is a guy they're really going to be relying on going forward for hopefully a long time?
I think it depends on what type of shoulder injury we're talking about here. If, there's injuries where you can't really do any more damage, then if the guy's willing to play through it, let him play. I mean, part of this deal is you have to get experience. You could have sat him against Max Crosby last week, and what a missed opportunity that would have been, because now he gets to sit there and say, I did this against Max Crosby with one arm. I know I can do this now. That's on film. That's the next time, not that you're playing the Raiders every year, but now you know that guy. And if you're going to have a 12-year career at tackle, you're going to face these guys. You got to get to know every single pass rusher in the league. And so every time you sit, every rep you miss is a missed opportunity. So as long as there's no damage or concern about doing more damage, and I don't know if there is or not, it seemed like he maybe went through some more pain as that game went along. I'm all for keeping him out there, getting these reps, getting the opportunity to go up against Khalil Mack. So I don't just sit him just because. Like, no, if the guy's cleared by the trainers, you play him. It's football. It's the NFL.
Yep, I'm with you in that regard. Now going over to Roschon Johnson, who's starting to get back to it. Any indication that he might be ready for Sunday, or do you think it's going to take another week?
I mean, the fact he was full go on the injury report yesterday just tells me he's like, so there's different stages to the concussion protocol, and the last stage is like you're able to practice, but you're not able to go all the way into the game. That was Wednesday. I mean, he should be able to get there by Sunday. So at this point, I'll be shocked if he doesn't play. And I would let him play. I mean, to me, I keep saying this, I know, but he's the best pass protection running back that the Bears got, and that's going to get him on the field because at the end of the day, good for Deontay Foreman and everything he did last week, but there's a reason why he's been on 6 different teams in 6 years, and it's not how he runs the ball. That part's fine. So Roschon Johnson, getting him back helps. I think he'll get carries as a result, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the rookie can do.
Memo to Matt Eberflus. When you're asked about Deontay Foreman and him being the number one running back, you saying to the media, well, it's going to come down to how he practices this week. Dude, this ain't high school. Enough with the whole how he's going to practice and whether he goes to class and whatever else. Like that's I'm sorry. I can't listen to that. It's insulting. Okay. Hoge. It's just I'm exhausted. I can't handle it. Well, we'll see how his hits principle comes along this week. Okay, all right, Flus. Hey, Hoge, did you ask your guy a question? Did you get into it with Richard Hightower about hashes or punt formations or long snapping? Anything that would interest you and nobody else?
We don't talk about Sunnyside. I asked him about SoFi because it's I don't know. It's not a big deal. It's LA. It's not like the weather's a problem, but it is a roof. There's a roof over it, but it's still technically an outdoor stadium. So I was just, are there any weird wind situations or anything like that? The answer is basically no. It plays like an indoor stadium, even though it's technically outdoor. Obviously the blocked extra point, just a protection issue up front that they got fixed. And let's see what else. Oh, the ball that went off Travis Homer's head. That's great. A tough situation. We've seen it a few times actually this year at Carmel, and you either have to be able to catch it or get out of the way. And sometimes that's hard. That was a well-executed kick, and obviously the Bears did a good job to still recover it and ice the game. I think those were really the main things that came. Oh, he was praising Cairo Santos for all the work he put in the offseason. I don't think there's any question Cairo Santos has a stronger leg than when he first got here, and certainly earlier in his career, because that was kind of the knock on him. Now, if I remember right, a few years ago, I think it was a 52-yarder he hit against the Rams at SoFi. So I see you, Carm. So
I know you do.
But Soldier Field's a different deal, right? And not that the weather was crazy on Sunday, but anyway, he was praising the whole field goal operation and the work that Cairo Santos has put in to be able to kick longer kicks.
Thanks, Dad.
Adam, great stuff today. We really enjoyed seeing you and looking at you right now directly. So we hope that you have a great rest of your day.
Wait, let me show you guys one thing. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this.
No, now I got to look at you.
Are you going to get Finley?
No.
Get him on the show.
No. You can look at the screen so you can see what I'm showing you.
There it is. Whoa. Sing a verse for any player right now. Even though, because you hate the Super Bowl shuffle, but there it is.
I'm not doing that. But, Carm, what was it like being there for Super Bowl 20?
Well, I do remember getting up and going downstairs at 249 Cedar and going down to the blue couch on Super Bowl morning and just knowing that there was no chance whatsoever that the Bears were going to lose. And then Walter fumbled, and then I got a little bit nervous, but then it was quickly over.
That was an exciting day for him. He had just finished up the senior citizen bingo. You know.
Okay.
By the way, for those listening to the podcast, I was just showing them the Super Bowl 20 Vince Lombardi trophy, since that doesn't translate to audio very well.
Should be called the Halas Trophy.
All right.
I digress.
We'll see you at the Fireplace Inn on Sunday, Adam Hoge. Have a great afternoon out there, brother.
Can't wait. $5 beer hug. See you there.
There it is.
Go.
$5 beer hugs. Let's go.
We all silly like the mayor.